Hi everyone, welcome to my video. I am Jess from Jelly Digital, and on this channel we do lots of videos, quick videos, just to provide you with information and quick how-tos on creating Google search campaigns. There's so much information out there that is out of date, so we're just trying to put a bit of some videos on there so that are more up to date and relevant to what you actually have to do now in a search campaign rather than 3 years ago and what was going on then. So Jelly Digital, we run Google Ads for businesses, mostly service-based businesses. If you have a business and you're wanting to drive leads, we can help you out. Or if you're wanting to do it yourself, this is where these videos are coming really handy for you. And what we're going to talk about today is how to create, or more so how to plan a responsive search ad. Now, you can, when you set up your Google Ads search campaign, you will create an ad which will sit in your ad group. But before I do it in the platform, what I do is use a document to plan out what will be in that ad. It just allows me to think a little bit more about what the messages that I'm trying to get across, make sure I don't have any spelling mistakes, and it will allow me to be really efficient when I'm setting up my ad, and I can just quickly copy and paste information across. So what we're going to do is I'll just quickly explain what a responsive search ad is, and you can't really say that fast 5 times. Responsive search ad, responsive. Anyway, I'll talk about what it is, and then I'll go to my document and I'll show you how to plan it out so you don't have mistakes. Now, we are currently in the platform now. I am in an ad group, and I have an option here to create ad. So when we click create ad, it will come up with these options, and we are looking at responsive search ad. It's asking me just to name an ad group. I'm just going to pick a random one here. Okay, and so this ad is already populated, which is annoying. It's for a car detailing business. I will just delete that. So basically what a responsive search ad is it's where you can nominate up to 15 headlines and 4 descriptions. Each headline is made up of 30 characters, and each description is made out of 90 characters. And what Google Ads will do, will put up to a maximum of 3 headlines together with a maximum of 2 descriptions. It will work out, using its algorithm and its learning and all that crazy stuff, it will work out what they think the best headlines and descriptions are to show the person searching based on that person's, they just know everything about everyone. So based on that information, they will put together the headlines and the descriptions. 15 headlines, that's a lot. 4 descriptions, you should be able to come up with those for your business, but there's you can't just put anything as the headlines. There's a little bit of method to the madness. And if you have a look here, this is where you would set up your responsive ad. So just going down the page, you will have your final URL, so the website that the person will land on after they click on your ad. Here, you can edit the display path. So editing the display path just adds a little extra enticement for someone to click on your ad over another one's ad. If you use your keywords that are in your ad group in the display path, it just is another little hook to get someone to think, okay, the information on this web page is related to what I'm looking for. Heading down, we have the 15 headlines. And you can see here, Google has put my keywords that are in the ad group here so that it reminds me about what information I need to contain in my headlines. We'll go through that in a little bit more detail in a second. So we have all of our headlines here, and you can continue to add headlines. There's 15 headlines that you can choose overall, and 4 descriptions. So 90 characters each for every description, 30 characters for every headline. Now, this is my tips, or based on what I've read on Google and what their recommendations are. So what you need to do is you need to ensure that your keywords in your ad group are used in the top 2 headlines. So that's why you want to make the keywords in your ad group super specific and similar. You don't want too many variants of all these random words in the one ad group because of this exact reason. You need to have the keywords in your ad group in the top 2 headlines. So if you are selling shoes and you have red shoes, green shoes, blue shoes, reds, whatever, you want to have an ad group that only talks about blue shoes because you only have 30 characters for the top headline and the second headline. And to be able to put all of those colors into the top 2 headlines so it is relevant to the person searching for blue shoes, it's going to be really difficult. So if you can have a look in this ad group, I've already put in keywords, auto ceramic coating, ceramic coating near me. So there's not much variance in the keywords. So if I put them in my first 2 headlines, Google's going to give me a tick. Now, the other thing is you need to ensure those keywords that you've put in your ad group they're also in the first description. You must ensure they're in the first description as well. The other thing that you need to make sure is that you have not pinned any headlines. It gives you an option to pin a headline, which means that if I pin this top headline, it will only show in the top position, and you can see in the right-hand side there's an example of what this ad could look like, and basically I type that in there. See how it's put it in the first position here? It's basically saying that you're saying to Google, please only ever, always, all of my ads, you need to make sure that this is in the first headline. Now, the reason why you don't want to do that is because Google has so many combinations that they can make from the 15 headlines and the 4 descriptions. There's thousands of combinations that they can make, and Google will work out the best ones and what works the best. The more you pin something, the less opportunity and the less combinations that Google has, and it does penalize. It's something like it drops down the options to I don't know, like 90% or something like that. Google's recommendation is you only pin if you have a disclaimer that you have to have in your ad copy, financial organization, or something like that. You need to show that disclaimer. That's the only time when you should be pinning, and that is Google's recommendation. So my suggestion is you do not pin. Now, your keywords must be in the top 2 headlines. And then what Google says is that it wants variance, it wants different things in all of the other headlines. The thing is that these are all going to be mishmashed together. And so they all need to make sense next to each other. So if you have 10 headlines that say auto ceramic coating, ceramic auto coating, coating ceramic coating, it's not going to read very well. Someone needs to read it. It needs to make sense. So Google says what you need to do in the other headlines is have your 2 headlines dedicated to the keywords. 1 headline dedicated to a call of action, book now, buy now, whatever it might be for your business. And then the other headlines must be showing features and benefits, key information about your business that will drive a user to book or to click on your ad and to book a service or whatever it might be. And you need to make sure that those headlines are all different. They're highlighting different things about your business, different things related to the ad, or to what you're trying to achieve, the service or the ad or whatever it might be. If it's about plumbing, it's all going to be about plumbing. If it's about sinks, it's going to be about sinks. And the other point that I'm trying to remember what I was going to say, the length. A lot of people try and max out the 30 characters. They try and do as many characters and fit it all in the one headline. Google doesn't love that. They say variance in size and length of headlines is great, and it's fine. You don't need to max out the 30 for every headline. So this is what I do to plan out my ads. So I've just started up a campaign. We're going to pretend like it's for car detailing, and I will use my planner here. Let me switch over. I will move myself over to the other side. Can I do that? So this is an example of the planner that I will use. I fill out the information, and it gives me a bit of time and a bit of perspective to sit back and think about the headlines that I'm writing, think about what I'm trying to portray. And then once I've completed them all, I can just simply highlight, copy, and paste. So let's pretend campaign name, card detailing, ad group, ceramic coating, for example, and I'll put the web address in there, www, whatever it is. Display path, so it's about ceramic coating, so I'll put ceramic coating. Now, my keywords are ceramic coating, so I will put that at the top. The next one, ceramic coating near you. Near me is always a high intent, high value keyword, so I know I'm going to put it in this ad group. So we'll pop that there. Now, the other features and benefits of my business that relate to the ad. So, or not the ad, but what I'm trying to get someone to do, which is book in a ceramic coating. So what I will say is, this isn't what I would actually say, but it's just giving you an example. Amazing product, quick turnaround, stops mold. It doesn't, but that's just what's coming to my head right now. Reduce watermarks, call out like drop, be proud of your car, might say packages, and I capitalize all words in a headline, and a description I will only capitalize the start of the sentence because it is a longer sentence. It is a sentence, sorry, rather than a headline. Packages starting from $50. G-Tech, I don't know how to spell it. Something like this. Coatings, which is a product name. I might say something like 5-star reviews. I might say free quotes available. Fully insured. Satisfaction guaranteed. Remove all marks. And then my call to action will be call now. So obviously I would think a lot more about these than I did just then, but it just gives you an idea. You can see how each headline is different. It's calling out for something different. It's calling out something different about my business, but it relates to what I'm trying to get my clients to, the potential leads to do, which is book in a ceramic coating. I'm trying to give them, highlight the benefits so that they are motivated to click on my ad and book with my client. I have my keywords that are in my ad group at the top here. I have my call to action here at the bottom. And what I like to do is pretty much all of these are going to relate to most of the ad groups that I will be running for this particular campaign. If I'm working on a client's campaign for paint protection, I'm going to have, ceramic coating ad groups, paint protection ad groups. And so most of these headlines are going to suit all of the different ad groups. So I will reuse most of these for every ad group, and then I will just change the top 2 headlines so that it contains the keywords of that ad group. So I will just keep copying and pasting these same headlines, and I will just change the top 2 headlines so that they reflect the keywords in that particular ad group. And I will change anything in here that I think doesn't suit that ad group and what I'm trying to do. The same with the descriptions. Most of the time, these 3 descriptions are going to be pretty similar across the board for a particular campaign. And what I will do is I will just edit description 1 to contain the keywords of that ad group. So ceramic coating near you, free quotes available now, free quotes available, positions free book today. Something like that. And then I will say fully insured, satisfaction guaranteed. Next one, say we have 5-star reviews. Become one of our happy clients. And then the next one I might say, we come to you, fully mobile ceramic coating service. Save you time. Okay, and again, all of the descriptions are different. They're calling out different benefits and features of my service. I have the keywords in my top description, and I will pretty much use all of the headlines and descriptions again, and I will just edit the top 2 headlines, the first description to reflect the keywords in my ad group, and I will just change anything that doesn't make sense, or I might be like, it might be better to call this out. And then literally all I do is I go bam, Control C, go into my ad, and I will copy and paste. And I will just continue to do that. Click over, and so on and so forth. I will just do a couple and show you. I think I need 5 headlines before Google. Give me I'll just put 1 description in. And I will continue to do that. It's going to give me a poor rating because I haven't used the exact keywords in this ad group, but you understand. So, and that's what I will do, and then I'll put my copy and paste it from my document. And that's how I plan out my ad. And by putting it in the planner, I am able to easily copy and paste. I can easily ensure that I've used the keywords. I can make sure that I've made no misspelling errors. I can think about the message that I'm trying to portray to the person that is the potential lead that I want them to book the service or buy whatever the product is. And I've made most of the descriptions and the headlines appropriate for almost all things that I will be advertising. So it stops having to completely repeat, copy, to keep typing in different things into headlines. It just saves you time. It's more efficient. I will just simply copy the ad and edit the first 2 descriptions, the first 2 headlines, and the first description to make sure it's appropriate. And that's it. It's easy as. If you have any questions, please pop it below. If you'd like us to do your Google Ads, you can reach out to us, or we have a Google Ads course for beginners. You can easily subscribe and start that today. It's super quick, really easy to understand, and we have heaps of documents attached to it as well that you can use, including the planner that we just went through today. So you don't have to bother about making it. It's all there for you. And it'd be great if you can subscribe. But that's it for today. Thanks.